Hey, what's up, team? I have three sets of news that I want to share with you guys. The first two kind of go together. So when I was sitting down thinking, okay, what kind of content should I produce? I started going through a lot of the questions that I get asked, and most of the questions that I get asked are in regards to bankroll management. So I wanted to do two challenges this year, aside from the poker that we're playing. Challenge number one, and these are going to run simultaneously. It's going to be turning 15,000 into 100,000, and I'm going to start by playing 500, 500 cap, and then work my way up. Every week, I'm going to be posting a video with the results for that week. I'm also going to be sharing my thoughts on player pools and casinos versus stakes and versus player pools. Very general stuff, so I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, Jimmy B does this or does that, but I'm going to say something along the lines of, in general, these are some of the issues that I'm seeing. I think that for these stakes, these casinos are a little bit better, and so forth. So if somebody's at that level and in these casinos and they're in the process of trying to grind their way up, this is something we can do together, guys. The second one that I want to challenge myself with, so I want to try to turn 500 into 5,000 on ACRs, exclusively playing PLO cash. That's going to be a little bit more interesting too, given the whole bot situation. But fuck it, let's give it a shot. There's a couple of rules that I'm going to be following. Rule number one is if a cash game, if I hear of a pretty good cash game at the stakes that I normally play, I'm gonna put a pause on those two challenges. I'm gonna play the cash game that from the stakes that I normally play, and any wins or losses that I accrued throughout that session or those sessions are not going to have any impact on both of the challenges. Same thing with tournaments. Unless the tournament, and this is specifically for the 15,000 to 100K, unless the tournament falls within the guidelines of the bankroll management system that I'm going to be using, any tournaments that I decide to play that are beyond that are not going to count both wins and losses. So, for example, I'm starting with a 15K bankroll on the live one. And I'm not any tournaments that I play that are under $500. I'll consider them as part of shot taking or whatever, and part of that challenge. But like I just got knocked out of a 1.2K where we cashed for 3.9. Those 3.9, and if I had not cashed, that 1.2 would not affect the bankroll challenge. Online, I'm exclusively going to be doing cash games. I kind of want to test myself and get some volume in, so it's going to be a win-win situation for both of us. The third set of news that I wanted to share with you guys is the house is almost the house is almost completed. They've been working on remodeling it for like the last 2 months almost, and one of those projects was trying to convert the garage into a small studio, so that I can create more content, and so that I can have friends over and we can have discussions about poker and life in general. These three things excite me a lot. I might, now that the LAPC is pretty much done for me, I mean, there might be one more Remington tournament that I was going to do. Originally, I was planning on firing the main event. This was going to be my first 10K. But I really didn't get to play a whole lot these last 2 months, mostly because of the house. Going back and forth, trying to work with the contractor, trying to stay on top of them, and simultaneously, trying to make sure that I hit the floor running with my career so that we can maximize our EV there too. Some of you guys that follow me know that a big chunk of my comp comes in the form of a bonus, and so we got to make sure that we're hitting our metrics month in, month out. So that was part of the reason. Anywho, guys, I'm pretty excited. I'm happy to hear any feedback that you guys may have on any of these things. I also wanted to explain the reason why I'm not doing 5,000 to 15,000. And I feel like the 5,000 to 15,000, the opportunity cost is too high for me there. So the length that it would take me to go from 5K to 15K, at least in the current situation that I'm in, would cost me too much EV in not starting at 15K and trying to get to 1K and 1.5K as soon as possible. So that's the thought process there. Maybe sometime next year, hopefully both of the challenges are completed by then. When we have a little bit more time, maybe we do an in-between challenge where we do 5K to that 15K. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about 2024. Have a lot of really cool things that are going to be coming up as far as projects for this channel. And also there's going to be a shit ton of poker, guys. I mean, we have these 2 challenges, and aside from that, I'm still going to be playing some of my regular stakes, and I'm going to be firing some tournaments. So good luck to us.